Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Game 6 of the Ray Carter Cup here in Legends Field in Summerside. We're kicking things off here with Game 6 action, Quebec versus Alberta, and we start things off with a called strike on the mound for Quebec. We have Edward Bernatchez, and leading things off for Team Alberta, left fielder Grayson Cook. Batting left, number 4, squares the bunt, gets one down, fielded by the pitcher. And ball gets away from the first base, but a little contact with the runner running through the bag. And you can see where the pitcher, his feet kind of slipped a little bit. And, jumping straight into things. The second pitch, a bunt is laid down. He puts the action in, puts the ball in play, and he gets on base, is rewarded for his effort. So a bunt single to kick things off for us here for Alberta. And now up to bat, I should say. Chase Coutre, the extra hitter for Alberta here, wearing number 12 again, out of the left-handed batter's box. First pitch for a ball, 1-0 the count. Coutre fouls one back into the stands and back into play. After a quick bounce, count even, 1-1 as we get things going here in the first inning. Again, Game 6 happening here in Summerside. This one on Legends Field, second game of the day for Team Quebec. This is Alberta's first taste of Ray Carter Cup action as a play over to first. And runner in safely. That would be Cook diving back in. Already showing his wheels, laying down a bunt, and racing up to first to make a play and get in safely. Ball 2-1 the count, just high and maybe a touch outside from Bernatchez. Again, number 8, the right-hander starting for Team Quebec in their second game of the tournament. Coutre swings and lines one a little late down the left field line. Still going, going to end up around the makeshift bullpen here in left field, as they've got a player who was their first baseman in their first matchup, really putting in the hustle, sprinting down the line as we continue on. Count even, one man on, count at 2-2. Another throw over, keeping him honest over there, keeping Cook close. Clearly worried about his speed. Not much of a lead, but we'll see if they test him again or if they're going to try to put a man in motion, maybe some hit and run. Swings, ball hit perfectly for a double play. Let's see if they can turn it. 4-6-3, what a way to erase a runner. Good hustle, good running all around, but an even better play from the defense. So that run is erased, a double play, and now 2 away in the inning as we have Ethan Renault, center fielder, another lefty, wearing number 14. And first pitch swinging right to the second baseman. And just like that, a quick inning, 3 batters, 3 outs, and we're going to the bottom half of the first, all even at 0.
After the top of the first, 8 pitches for Team Quebec.
On to the bottom half of the first inning. On the mound for Team Alberta, Lucas Cater, number 5, a right-hander, looking to get Alberta off on the right note, at least from the defensive side of things. And leading off for Team Quebec is Edouard Wellens, playing third base, wearing the number 4, the right-handed swinging. He led off their first game as well as, again, Quebec's second game action here in this tournament. Alberta making their debut. And the first pitch over the batter's head, maybe a touch behind. So maybe some nerves a little bit as Alberta starts their quest in this tournament. But you better watch out. Wellens, a 2-run home run in his first game, and as well as a walk and a steal. So he's certainly capable of kind of making them pay, and tries to lay a bunt down a touch close to the hands. He's shaking it off a little bit. So the count moves full or even to 1-1. Gator at the pitch. Called strike 2. Move the count to 1-2. And Cater, native of Carstairs, Alberta, is on the mound as he's the only person from that community on this roster. So representing well as he's the starting pitcher to kick off their tournament, and called a ball. He wanted that one. Both him and the catcher are all ready to throw the ball around the infield, but count moves even to 2-2. Choking up on the bat now is Wellens, trying to make as much back control, as much contact as possible. As a pitch caught him a little bit inside, short swing over to third, and play made. Good stretch at first to get the out. A nice stretch from Riley Monk makes that play possible, as well as a strong throw. So 1 up, 1 down. A good start for Alberta in this one. Jacob Gagnon, the center fielder now, takes his first pitch, squares the bunt, pulls it back, a high pitch. That is ball 1. And Gagnon also worked a walk in their opening matchup, so he's been on base. He's already seen a few different pitchers come through in this tournament. So as he continues to see more and more ABs, definitely Quebec has the advantage here, having already played on this field and already seen some game action earlier in the day. But Cater with the delivery. Called strike 1, count 2-1 now. Just catching the outside corner of the plate. Again, none in so far. A 0-0 game. We're in the bottom of the first inning. Count 2-1. Cater the delivery. Called strike 2. A high fastball challenge pitch moves the count even. 2-2, 1 away so far. Cater, breaking pitch in the dirt, blocked very well by his battery mate, so a nice way to keep the ball in front. I guess no runners on, but just the same, a nice ability to kind of keep the ball in front. Full count, 3-2. Let's see what Cater is able to pull off here. And ball inside. Bit of a bat flip for a walk, but he gets on base just the same. That's he drew a walk in the first game and draws a walk in the second game as well, does Jacob Gagnon. Batting third, Arnold Ohanian, the right fielder, number 15, getting the sign from his coach as his teammate gets ready, gets the sliding glove on over at first base. And a steal for Gagnon in game 1, and see if he can make it 2 for 2. Not going in the first. Pitch called a strike. Just caught the front side. A front door. Looks almost cutter or slider. Just catches the zone. 0-1 the count. 1 runner on, 1 out. You're in the bottom of inning number 1. And a throw over back pretty easily. No dive necessary. Just stepping on the base. A little sprint back between him and the first baseman as the Ohanian. Down to the count. Cater with the pitch. and swing and a miss well behind that one. The Heat not necessarily expected by Gagnon after that first pitch breaking ball inside. So it catches him 0-2 now. Time to battle and hopefully move that runner over, find a productive out to help his team keep the chain rolling. But Cater looking to defy that as he throws and pitch behind the runner at first, back safely, a ball just inside, and count 1-2. Behind the plate today, we got Riley Jenkins from Newfoundland over at first. It's Remy Hamlin of Quebec. And our third base dump is Jamie Moore. These are the folks keeping this action possible and making it possible to have such a great tournament as the 1-2 pitch is swung on and missed. The first K of the game and second out of the inning. A swing and a miss. Cater collects his first strikeout of the tournament. You love to see it as Victor Cochon, second baseman, number 17, stepping up. So 2 outs, runner on first, and number 17, Cochon, is looking to make something happen for his squad. And runners off and going on the first pitch. Ball fouled back, so perhaps hit and run, perhaps missed sign. Either way, that may have been a pretty easy, a stand-up steal almost. But his teammate goes back, and Cochon will swing away again. Still has the rest of the AB to do, but he himself a walk in the first game, and pitch throw over to first. Back just in time. That was a pretty close play. That would have been for the third out of the inning as well. But Cochon, a walk, a single, a stolen base in game one. Again, throw over to first, keeping the runner honest. And you can see the deep breaths, the lot of hustle that he already wasted sprinting 2 seconds. So he's still catching his breath after that one. But 0-1 is the count. More pitches over to first this inning than directed towards home plate. And runners off and going. A little bit of a bait. He showed run, stopped about after 2 or 3 good strides. Count even, 1-1.
Next up, number 35, Kellen.
Cater with the pitch, off and running, gone to second, and pitch overthrown but cut off by the second baseman. A good jump, a solid steal, and the Gagnon, again, second stolen base of the tournament. 2 for 2 so far. Had one in game one after he got walked, and he does it again here in the nightcap as we wrap up action here on Legends Field with Alberta facing off against Quebec. And on the other diamond, the Battle of the Islands is Newfoundland versus Prince Edward Island. But Cater, 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 out in the inning. Called strike 2, catches the high outside corner. 2-2 the count, 2 away, runner on second. The left-handed swinging Cochon looking to make something happen, put a ball in play, big deep breath, and awaits the delivery from Cater, who's thrown a couple straight fastballs. See if he throws the breaking pitch. Nope, stays with the high fastball. This one called a ball, moving the count full, 3-2. Full count, runner at second, looking to his coach for a sign. Cater not really paying too much attention to him, and a pretty healthy lead, nothing too crazy over at first, but trying to figure out a pitch mix. Not quite meshing so far between the pitcher and the catcher, so they'll take a time, they'll sort things out, and see if they can agree on a pick selection here for such a big moment in this game. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, Cater with the delivery. Strike 3 called, his second strikeout of the inning, a big one. Runner was off from second, but the strikeout makes it null and void. That's a pair of Ks, go along with a ground out to wrap up the first inning. We're on to inning number 2 here at Legends Field, part of the Ray Carter Cup. Score is 0-0.
At Kildare, we know what it means to put on our gloves and go to work. We know the ones who score big are the ones who go deep. Most of all, we understand we're all part of a team, which is why we strive to support a sustainable future for our local fishers and athletes alike, so that there will be many more great catches for years to come. Kildare Fisheries, proudly supporting our local communities, all the way from the ocean to the plate.
Shay Aldu.
Picking up the action here in the second inning, it's Shay Aldu, the catcher, number 3, the right-handed swinging backstop. Takes up to his first at-bat of the tournament. He's back in cleanup today, but leading off here this inning after his teammates went 1-2-3. Takes the first pitch high for ball 1. Again, no score so far, and Bernat Chez has done well so far. Bunt single to start things off, but he was able to induce a double play, and they got a weak grounder to second to get out of the inning unscathed. No damage, no runners advancing into scoring position. The count moves to 1-1 on Aldo.
Leading off number 30.
As we're swing and a miss, and maybe a little more pine tar needed as the bat goes flying back to the left backstop. Count moves to 1-2. Perhaps choking up with the bat a little bit. The pitcher haven't been on the other side of things, not necessarily on the mound, but I feel like there's a certain amount of joy that comes with seeing the bat fly out of the hands. Not as much as breaking a bat, but as Bernat Chez moves 2-2 here in the second inning, the leadoff batter, Aldo. Here's the pitch, and high and inside, not a flinch from the catcher. I guess that's what you like to see, the catcher known for seeing those pitches come in, but that was relatively close to the head. Didn't move whatsoever. Has a full count delivery and swings a liner. It's going to eat up the shortstop. A solid hit. Rolls into left field just past the outstretched glove of the shortstop. I'd say that's a hit. We'll let the official scorers decide what the call is on that one. But a solid knock, and it puts a runner on second or on first to start an inning yet again. So the leadoff batter gets on base. 2 singles. The first inning, it was a bunt, but Aldo gets a line drive single as his teammate Riley Wolbeck, third baseman, big number 24, playing third base today. He's coming in batting number 5 in this lineup, second in this inning. Let's see if Alberta can keep this momentum going. None on, 1 on base, and 1 ball so far in this at-bat. And a hard through the same third base shortstop hole. That's runners on first and second now. So back-to-back singles, and we've got something rolling, something brewing for Team Alberta. None away, runners on first and second. 2 hard hits to the left side of the infield. And those are hits in any league you play in. It's that perfect spot. It's hit hard on the ground. It's one hop, and it's in the outfield. So just as much a play for the left fielder as to keep that action at 2 singles as it is the batters hitting it. Brooks Fraze taking his first AB now. Shortstop at number 1. Batting from the right side. And a foul ball from the other game comes flying into our stadium. So time is called. We'll reset. We'll get things all back and sorted. No pitch happened in that account as these sliding gloves get put on and the base runners prepare for what could be a potentially big inning for Team Alberta. So Brooks Fraze and throw over to first, and ball gets away. Runners advancing first and second, and it's 2 runners in scoring position for Team Alberta, and they may have had Riley Wolbeck. They may have caught him sleeping a little bit. He was quite a ways off and was not prepared to dive. Had they caught that ball, he may have been out, but it just passed the first baseman between him and the base runner. Goes to the right side, the first baseline backs wall, I should say. And that leads, in that throwing error from the pitcher, leads to 2 runners in scoring position. Then a spike pitch in the dirt leads to a first pitch ball that stung the catcher a little bit. So he's going to take a little walk over, recoup himself a little bit, see if he can get his pitcher back in the right state of mind. Runners in first or third and second, none out, and Alberta pressing for their first runs of the tournament, as 4, 5, and 6 in the lineup have a potential to do some big early damage and draw first blood here in Game 6 of the Ray Carter Cup. 1-0 count. Bernachez at the pitch. And that's a couple inches or feet outside, so not necessarily close to breaking pitch, breaking a little bit too early to the other batter's box. 2-0 is the count. And he steps off. So everyone resets. We'll get sorted, figure out what pitch mix they're wanting to attack, and at least get one out here. Third base is playing pretty high in, the middle infield pushing back, but a called strike moves at the 2-1. To the corner, a little higher in, first base now backing up. But yeah, the middle infield prepared to just get it out any which way they see fit. So 2 balls, 1 strike. On the top of inning number 2. And liner to first, eats up the first baseman. At least one will score. They wave the runners around from second. And runner in from first, or in from second, in from third. And a close play, but he got back to first, so it's a 2 RBI single for Brooks Fraze, as a trio of singles leads to the first 2 runs of the ball game, and they go to Team Alberta. And a throwing error has certainly helped there. That comes on the pitcher's account, trying to catch the runner sleeping. And he got his own teammate sleeping a little bit. A 2 RBI single, Brooks Fraze. And Alberta looking to keep the action going as the pitcher, Cater, now comes to the dish. And first pitch, strike. We'd love to see that for a young pitcher, Bernachez. Shake it off. First pitch, come back in for a strike. So Fraze on first. See how much of a lead he takes. None away in the inning, as Lucas Cater, number 5, is from the right-handed batter's box, and called strike 2. He went around. They appealed, so it is no balls, 2 strikes, none out so far in the inning. A runner on first. The batter Fraze 2 RBI single just moments ago, and called a ball, curled it just inside, but may have stayed just a touch high. You could tell the pitcher wanted it, but 1-2 is the count.
The city of Summerside, and a thank you to Gilcare Victories. I appreciate as well your promotional video.
1 ball, 2 strike, and low and outside goes the pitch, moving the count even 2-2. Won't be surprised if Fraze potentially breaks here. Maybe wait till another batter. You don't necessarily want to end the momentum, but he gets back in time. Another pitch gets away from the first baseman. That one you cannot blame on the pitcher. I would say a pickoff. Maybe wouldn't have been a close play, but it just slipped out of the first baseman's glove, allowing the runner to advance to second. So time called. Infield's going to come together, gets everything sorted out. But yeah, that throwing error not helping their cause, to say the least, as now hopes of that traditional double play out the window as Fraze advances to second. No steal necessary. So 2 balls, 2 strikes on Cater. Fraze is standing at second, none away in the inning, as Alberta already 2 runs across in the frame.
Leading off for Team Newfoundland and Labrador, number 19, Owen Hiscock.
Bernachez, even count, and ball hit through third base. Glove by the shortstop, but there is no play. He keeps it in front. Touched a couple of gloves, but Cater, he gets on base. We'll see what they score that. Could be a single, depending on how they want to score it, how generous they are. I guess vindictive with the error situation, but he moves the runner over to third. A productive at-bat, just the same. He gets the first, the 4th single of the inning. At least that's all scored, and I'll let you know if anything does change in the interim. But Kobe Jenkins, right fielder, number 21, getting his first at-bat of the tournament. None out in the inning. Runners on the corners. 2 across already in the inning. Let's see if they can keep applying the pressure here at Legends Field here at the evening game of the Ray Carter Cup in Summerside. First pitch fouled back. So no balls, 1 strike, and fake steal of second. A couple of hard strides, see if they can bait a throw. And you see that a lot in the younger ages, maybe a little bit younger than this, as you bait that throw and it gives that runner from third the chance to take a couple hard strides of their own and potentially score and force in a run. A pitch high and inside, gets away from the catcher, but a smart move by both base runners. Not far enough for the third base runner to score, but advancing from first to second is Cater. So again, there goes that traditional double play. That pass ball by the catcher has 2 runners now in scoring position, still none out in the inning. 2 balls, 1 strike, and stepping off. So we'll reset here. We'll keep the action rolling right along. And again, conservative leads from both runners at this point. Still trying to figure out the pitch mix is Bernatchez, and here he is. Pitch inside, called a strike. Whether it caught a bit of the corner or it was a full commit, maybe a touch of both, but count moves even to 2-2. Strides towards home, and a looping slider or maybe sweeper curveball. Whatever it was, it did the trick. The first out of the inning, a swinging strikeout of Kobe Jenkins.
Correct. Number 18, Riley Monk.
And now first baseman Riley Monk getting his first at-bat of the game. And infield coming in, definitely going to be throwing to first, throwing to home, runners at third and second. So trying to keep the damage to a minimum. And first pitch taken high for a ball. Infield, I've definitely been there whenever you are creeping in. The ball gets on you way faster. You got to be very sure-handed to make the right play, and it looks like the play is to come home with it no matter where it's hit, as long as it is indeed in the infield. So 1 ball, no strikes, and a ball hit hard to second base, and the ball coming home, and not in time. The runner scores. Runner from second gets the third, and he makes it to first on the play. Does Monk. Hey, it's a productive at-bat. He pushes it the opposite way. Runner at third broke just as the pitch was hit. And we got a 3-run lead for Alberta. A 3 runs scored, all in the inning. And Julio Velasquez is now up at bat. He's the second baseman here today. Runners on the corners for him as well. High and inside, leans out of the way, takes the ball 1. One away here in the second for Alberta. 3 runs already across. And outside, 2-0. And that one gets him and gets a piece of the catcher as well. So bases loaded, and you heard that one. That's one of those ones that you like to get on base, but it's that small part of the upper arm. Going to leave a bruise for sure, but hey, hit by pitch, that gets you on base. That keeps the line moving. And as that brings Grayson Cook, the left fielder, the original leadoff hitter, he's back at the dish for his second chance here. So second at bat in just the second inning. Alberta batting around, a lot of singles, a lot of small ball, but they're doing damage. So 1 out in the inning, bases loaded, and a first pitch swinging and caught by the left fielder. They're going to throw home. Runner coming in and cut off. So a sac fly that scores another run. Great work all around. Runners stay at first and second, though, but the runner tagging from third, called safe, and Cook himself. A bunt single to start things off, and now a sac fly. That's productive baseball. That's what you need to win. And he gets a RBI for his trouble. Chase Coutre coming up now. He grounded out to the shortstop into a double play, his last at bat. Hoping for better fortunes here. 2 away in the inning. Runner at second and first. 4 already across for Alberta. First pitch taken for a strike on the outer third. 0-1.
Next up, number 87, Cassius Davis.
Brenna Chance with the pitch and swung on and missed. The breaking pitch just eats up Coudray. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 away in the inning. Looking to put this inning to bed is Brenna Chance. It's been a long inning, a laboring inning for her, but it's pitching well none the same. The stuff does look good for this Quebec starting pitcher. You're just hoping to keep this line moving, and time called at the plate. A long delay between pitches, so he'll get sorted, get settled, and see what he's able to do with, again, 2 runners on base, or 1 in scoring position. As the fans certainly getting into it here, the pitch taken, a good eye at the play. That one dipped just slow, so 1 ball and 2 strikes, and 2 away in the inning. Chase Coudray, the extra hitter in our game here today. And inside, 2-2. So count even, 2 away in the inning here in the inning number 2. The pitch fouled off, and returning the favor from that ball a couple minutes ago. I believe that ends up in the other ball field that's currently ongoing right now. Again, that's a matchup between Newfoundland and Team PEI, who won their opening matchup against New Brunswick 14-4 on the strength, but I believe was a 9-run 5th inning. Bernachez, Coudray, and count moved full. A ball high and maybe a touch outside as well. So full count, runners first and second, likely to be on the move. We'll see what kind of action happens when they make the break, and if potentially Bernachez looks to throw behind a runner, get it out. Delivers to the plate. Hit on the ground to first. It's a race between first and Coudray, and the first baseman gets there in time. So no more come across, no more damage. It's a ground out to first base to wrap up the inning. But in total, 4 runs come across as Alberta jumps out to an early lead here in the top of the second. Alberta leads 4-0.
Visitez mlb.com.
Jumping down to the bottom half of the second inning, leading things off for Team Quebec is Matisse Trehan, number 5. He was the starting pitcher in Game 1. He's the extra hitter here in Game 2. Number 5 versus number 5, and they take first pitch high and inside. And Trehan did pretty good for himself in Game 1. Not only was he the starting pitcher, but he also had a grand slam and followed it up with a 2-run home run later in the game. Add to that, quite a fair number of strikeouts as well. He was an easy player of the game. Count even 1-1 now as that pitch in for a strike, and breaking ball, front door curve, drops in there. Count moves 1-2. Cater. Delivery on 1-2. Tries look maybe a bit of a cutter. Sailed a touch high. Count even at 2-2. And swung on and missed. Trajan goes down swinging. So that's 3 straight Ks for Cater, who started the game with a ground out and then a walk. So 3 straight strikeouts, looking to keep the good times going as Lazier steps up. He's at short for this evening's game. Number 13, right-handed swinging, 1 away in the inning already. The delivery from Cater squares the bunt, and just a little behind that, maybe already a touch or 2 out of the box before he made contact. Gets just underneath it and sails back to the backstop. Defense may have caught them a little flat-footed, not really much in the way of charging happening. So we'll see what the plan is now. The first strike goes against the batter here. 1 out in the inning, and he's back to swing it. He fouls that one out and to the right. So quickly down 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, and make that 3 a strikeout back-to-back, or should make that 3 in a row, going back to the previous inning, or 4 in a row actually. So 2 outs in the inning, both by way of K, as the first at-bat of the tournament coming for Jacob Brochu-Grenier. He wasn't in game 1, but he is in left here for tonight's action. Number 19, the left-handed hitter, as the outfield shifting to the pull side, perhaps giving him that left center field. 2 away already in the inning, and takes strike 1. He definitely doesn't agree, but as any baseball player will attest to, I don't know if we ever will agree, but it's first strike just the same. Brochu-Grenier, and pitch inside. Count moves 1-1. The fans getting into his Cater, and that pitch called a ball. He likes that front side, or I guess to the righties would be the front side, but just didn't quite break enough as he switched balls, and a foul ball from the game again makes its way in from the other game, makes its way into our ball field. A Team Newfoundland PEI seems to be a pitching matchup of sort out there. Some pretty far and wild foul tips. Back to our action though. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 away in the inning. Brochu-Grenier takes ball 3. Great hitters count. A chance for Quebec to put the pressure back on Alberta after they allowed 4 runs in the top of the second inning. So 3 balls, 1 strike. We'll see if he's going to be full swing, or if there's a ball in play that he's potentially able to make a play on. Called strike 2, so bat not being swung. That leads to a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in inning number 2. Cater with the pitch, and it dips just low. Batter not taking a swing at it, and that leads to a walk. So Brochu-Grenier gets on base. His first step out of the tournament leads to a walk with 2 away, and then Justin Blouin is stepping up to the dish. His first at bat of the tournament. He's behind the plate in this one. So the right-handed swinging Bilodeau.
Now batting.
Or Antoine Bilodeau. This is the first baseman. Apologies, I'm getting mixed up in my own order. Antoine Bilodeau, first baseman, stepping in to the box here. Right-handed hitting number 10. As again, his teammate Brochu-Grenier, base on balls, worked his way to first, but first pitch gone for a strike here. And 2 away in the inning, pitched off the first, safe. A nice move, perhaps catching both the first baseman and the runner at first. But a race of reflexes, but 0-1 is the count. Not much of a lead, and he's back just the same, a couple steps. Keeping him honest over there, and trying to catch his breath is Brochu-Grenier. Bilodeau again at the dish. Number 10 playing first base in the evening and fouls one off into the right into the stands. So 2 strikes, early 0-2 hole. You expect Cater to kind of focus in on the batter here. I know it's runner at first. If we can wrap this up, the inning is over just the same. So no balls, 2 strikes. Runner at first. And high, batter leans out of the way, tips off the glove and to the backstop. Runner advances, so runner into scoring position now. And a bit of a waste pitch. Perhaps got away from Cater just a little bit. He wanted that strikeout and maybe pulled on it a little too much. That whatever it maybe had been fastball, the cutter just sailed a touch too high and narrowly avoided the upper shoulder head area of the bat. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, and swung on and missed. A good inning for Team Alberta. Only 1 runner got aboard. He made it to the second, but no further. That was 3 Ks, all 3 outs recorded by Cater as we wrap up inning number 2. With Alberta leading 4-0.
14 Alberta. 39.
It takes passion and a whole lot of dedication to meet Cavendish Farms' high standards. To become an epic late-night snack. Part of the ultimate breakfast. And the dinner crew crowd pleaser. From Canada's favorite French fries to onion rings, hash browns, and potato tots, Canadians can count on Cavendish Farms to serve top quality every time. Cavendish Farms. Made our way, enjoy your way.
And we have a new pitcher on the mound for Team Quebec, number 26, Charles-Étienne Drouet. He was in first base for their opening matchup, but now he makes his pitching debut for the tournament. Etienne, a couple of productive at-bats, line out and a ground out in his first game, but now that he's on the mound, we'll see what the big lefty has in store for this Alberta lineup, who again scored 4 runs in the top half of the second inning, and they'll look to keep that momentum rolling. We'll kick things off by Ethan Renault, the center fielder, after we get a couple of warm-up pitches in by big number 26.
Leading off number 14, Ethan Renault.
Ethan Renault, number 14, left-handed hitter, steps up to the dish here, leading off the third inning. And Game 6 here in beautiful Summerside, PEI. It's the Ray Carter U15 Cup and the first pitch of the game for Charles-Étienne Drouet. And pumps one in for a quick early strike one. Taken for a ball. Count moves 1-1. No ground out to second in his first at bat. And swung on and missed. That ball faded away from him. He had already committed. Now he chokes way up in the bat. A little more back control. Looking to put a ball in play, make something happen. 1-2 stands the count. And ball doesn't catch that inside corner. Drouet wanted it. He just didn't quite have enough spin on it. 2-2. And that one taken low and inside. Moves full. 3-2.
Now batting for 14, Nate McQuaid.
Drouet, that one taken low and away, works a walk. It's a good at-bat. He worked his way back from a couple of early strikes on him, gets on base with the leadoff walk. Shea Aldu at the dish now. Batting cleanup today, already has a single. Now a runner on first for him in Renault. And pitch high and inside, taken for a ball. Perhaps thoughts of taking second. A couple hard strides. But again, lefties on the mound. It makes it a little bit tougher. That move over to first, that much more deceptive. And a quick throw to first. Getting rid of that big leg kick and just delivering straight to home. So that the ability to kind of have that dual delivery, work from the stretch, and then work with a runner on base can be challenging for young pitchers, but it does not seem to be the case for Drouet. Takes a little bit more time with that stride, and it is in for a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike, none away in the inning, and a runner on first after the leadoff walk to Renault. Aldu takes pitch for ball 3 outside. 3 balls, 1 strike. Chance to potentially have some action on this pitch. A true hitter's count, 3-1. Strike taken high. Tried to lean under it, squeeze down under it, and not the case. You're not going to fool the umpires on that one. Count moves full. 3-2. Runner on first. Let's see if they have anything in play here as they call time. Steps off, runner returns to first base. Renault not too much of a lead. Pretty conservative with where you see like the feet marks from that. And don't thrown over, none the same. Just to make sure that nothing is indeed in the works as already a single to his name. Aldu looking to make it 2 for 2, or at least have a productive at-bat here in the 3rd inning, his second at-bat of the ball game. And another throw over to first. In there easily is Renault.
Now batting, number 86, Gavin Thompson.
3 balls, 2 strikes. And that's ball 4. Back-to-back walks for Drouet as he enters this game. So first 2 batters reach via the base on balls. And now it's
Next to bat, number 24.
number 24, Riley Wolbach, third baseman this evening, has a single. He had a strong hit. We'll see if he's able to continue the trend of his fellow teammates in getting on base, but potentially another big inning brewing for Wolbach. And swinging at the first pitch, fouled straight back. First pitch strike, and that's going to be important for Drouet as he's got some speed and certainly has some movement on his pitch. The big lefty does. But 2 runners on early in his pitching debut here at the tournament. None away so far, so it'll be important to get out here and hopefully hold Alberta as he steps off, moving the runners back to second and first.
Tournament organizers would like to thank the following sponsors. Summerside Dairy Queen, the Atlantic Baseball Academy.
And taken for strike 2, catches the outer part of the plate. Fastball kind of cutting away, still catches enough to play for the umpire to make the count move 0-2.
Pitches.
And that one inside, gets away from the catcher. Runners advance. So runners at third and second now, both moving in the scoring position. Again, the potential for a big inning with Alberta is there. The traditional 4-6-3 or that runner from first to second double play. That's out now with runners advancing to scoring position. So we're hoping for a productive at-bat, or at least that would be the Alberta side as Wolbach were 24 down 1-2 in the count. Quebec drew it with the pitch, and that one high and inside brings the big number 24 to his knees. The count moves even at 2-2. Wolbach again, a single already in this ball game. And that one gets away from the catcher. Runner from third, breaking for home, and he's in to score without a throw. So that moves the lead to 5. And the runner from second also moving up to third. So Ethan Renault, center fielder, using that speed, closing that gap, and scoring from third. And then we also have Shea Aldu, the catcher, moving from second to third. So 5 runs across for Alberta. It's the first run in this inning. Count full for Wolbeck. And he swings and misses the first out of the inning. Wolbeck swing that K that moves. Runner third stays put. First out of the inning, and it's Brooks Fraze, a 2 RBI single in his first at bat, and he has the chance to knock in yet another run here. His teammate Ethan Renault at third. So infield in, looking to make the plays to home, cut down on the damage in this inning as Fraze prior to the first pitch of his second AB, and that one taken down the gut, 0-1, the first pitch strike for Drouet.
Now batting number 19, Owen Hiscott.
And inside, gets away from the catcher. Another runner in to score on the pass ball, the wild pitch, whatever it may be called. It means additional 2 runs have crossed for Alberta. So they put up 4 in the second, already 2 home here in the third. And that, for the most part, due to pass balls. Runners advancing from first to second. They moved up to second and third. And then twice now since, the runner from third has scored on a pass ball or combination of pass ball wild pitch. And that one sails high over the catcher. No chance to make a play on that one. Its count moves to 2-1. And with that, pitching coach, or one of the coaches, taking a quick timeout, going to the mound to calm down his young left-hander, see what they're able to do, and kind of gain some composure, calibrate a little bit, and get his team back into this ball game here. So meeting at the mound, the pitcher listening to his coach, getting some direction, and hopefully this is going to right the ship for the big lefty as he's 2-1 stands the count, 1 away in the inning. Again, the past 2 runners scoring on a combination of wild pitches and passed balls by his battering mate, by the catcher. So 2-1, the pitch fades just outside, so 3-1 moves the count.
Fifth inning, number 36, Lincoln Pennell.
And that one taken for a strike. Batter thought it was a walk. It is not, so Brooks Fraze count full, 3-2. And swung on and missed. That's 2 away in the inning. Back-to-back Ks.
Now batting number 5, Lucas Cater.
Starting pitcher for Team Alberta, it's Lucas Cater in at the dish now. He had a single in his first at-bat. Let's see if he can make it 2 here as the pitch taken for a ball just a touch high from Drouet. As 1-0 the count. 2 away in the inning. The previous 2 batters retired via the K. And that one, a breaking pitch that just slipped out of the hand, sailed just a little bit, and high and outside as Drouet looks to settle things down a little bit. 2 balls on the current batter, which again is opposing pitcher Lucas Cater. And swung on and missed a healthy cut. First strike of the at-bat. 2-1 moves the count. And swung on and missed behind that one as well. So Drouet coming right at him, and Cater not able to swing that bat, not able to catch up fast enough here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away here in the 3rd inning, and that one taken just high, maybe a touch outside, 3-2. And swung on and missed. So, coach came out, and that looks like the right call. 3 straight Ks to get them out of the inning. And that's Cater down on strike. And we move into the other half of the inning. Cater looking to turn things around quick. His teammates meet him before he even gets 10 feet out of the batter's box as he's heading back out to the mound. A 6-run lead to his credit, and thanks to his teammates, a lot of action as we've got Quebec looking to fight their way back in. A speech of some kind, motivation coming from the coaches as they look to get in the score column and put some pressure on this Team Alberta defense, which, aside from a couple of walks, hasn't had much in the way of traffic. Bottom of the 3rd inning now, Justin Bruen, the catcher, number 11, into bat now. His first at bat of the game, and Cater remains on the mound. Just 39 pitches so far through 2 innings, and he's hoping to keep that pitch count as efficient as it's been. And this is the first at bat for Bruen in this tournament. He wasn't featured in Game 1, but he's behind the plate here in their second matchup. First pitch taken high for a ball 1.
Leading off, number 30, Ben Connolly.
The 1-0 pitch. Even higher and more outside for ball 2. Always tough when you're hitting both sides of the ball, both pitching and hitting, to kind of calm the nerves a little bit. He was the last out of the previous inning, and straight back on the mound. 2 early balls, and the 3rd one, that one's called for a strike on Blue. 2 balls, 1 strike here in the bottom of the 3rd. Alberta leading 6-0, and swung on a healthy cut. That moves the count full or even to 2-2. A good swing, maybe a touch behind, or perhaps just didn't quite make contact to have the right swing path, but a nice swing and looking to do damage, and that's exactly what you want to see. 2-2 pitch, outside, 3-2. Full count. Cater with the delivery. Cater gets him the swing. That's a strikeout, his 2nd in a row, and Cater up to 5 now. So make that 6. My counting skills clearly not up to snuff. So 6 strikeouts, and Charles Etienne Druitt coming in. He had a couple at bats in their first game, had a fly out and a ground out. So he was looking to have his first hit of this tournament, and it's a first pitch strike. And that one slips out of the hands of Cater. Count moves 1-1.
2, Griffin Campbell.
And that one ripped up the middle for a base hit. Druitt working through his frustration on the mound. Finished the inning with 3 straight Ks, and now he rips a single up the middle. That's a hit no matter what league you're playing in. A great at-bat. 3rd pitch of the AB lands in the glove of the center fielder, who collects it, tosses it in, and that's the first hit of the game for Team Quebec. So looking to keep the action going as it rolls over to the top of the lineup. Wellens, again, a home run in their Game 1. So let's see if he can keep that power stroke going. He batted leadoff in that one as well. And that one over the head of the batter. Cater still trying to find it a little bit this inning. Two back-to-back batters falling behind early and having to battle. So Wellens ground out the third in his first at bat, throw over the first, drew it back in plenty of time. But Wellens again, 2-run home run game one, was a walk, stolen base, so he was definitely effective for his team, and see if he can keep that star power going as it shifts to 1-1. And that ball drifting high. Second baseman making the call. He makes the play, collects the ball. That is 2 away here in the inning. That's always a tough one when it's the in-between, but it's just shy of the grass. And ball getting away a little confusion between second and third. Oh, that was a ball in from the other field. Okay, so a couple balls in play, confusing folks out and about. But 2 away in the inning. Drew it on first. And Jacob Gagnon, a walk and a stolen base in his first chance at bat. And Druitt dives in safely, plenty of time. And looks like a balk call. The pitcher came set, released, came set again. So Druitt moves to seconds, puts some potential for Quebec here. Runner in scoring position with Jacob Gagnon, their center fielder, number 7, swinging right-handed at the dish.
Now batting for 21, Nate McKenzie.
And swung on and missed. 2 strikes now on the batter. So runner on second, the first hit of the game coming courtesy of Charles Etienne Druitt. A single, then a balk moved him into scoring position as Cater takes a second, steps off the mound, tries to get back into things. It's been a solid start so far, but a chance for Quebec to get in on the scoring action here. And taken for a ball. I believe count moving full, 2-2. And that one lined into right field. Has it got enough? It does. This one is out of here. Quebec right back into it. A 2-run home run for Jacob Gagnon, the center fielder, just enough to get over the right center field wall. And just like that, Quebec is on the board. They now trail by 4, cutting into that deficit, and he's pumped up, so are his teammates. Let's see if that sparks some momentum for the Quebec side that up until this inning have not had very much in the way of pressure on the base paths, but a single, a balk, moves a runner in scoring position, but he's scoring just the same no matter where he is on that 2-run home run. That's a pair of runs back for Quebec as Cater not being as efficient, not finding it, I guess working through it here in the third inning after a couple of quick outs, quick innings for the innings 1 and 2. So his head coach coming out to chat with his pitcher, let him know he's still in control. They've got the lead, and we'll see what results from this as Cater, again, been pitching pretty well. He himself with 6 Ks already in the game, and up until this inning, hadn't really faced much in the way of adversity. So we'll see how he bounces back. And that's truly what the test is of all young pitchers. It's facing adversity. It's how you bounce back. And number 15, Arnold Ohanian. He's at the dish. He's in right field with us today. And he was a part of the first game for the lineup as well. A couple of walks and by the looks of my chicken scratch Joe, it's thrown out at second, attempting a steal, but let's not say that for sure. As the ball goes low, 1 ball and no strikes here. And 2-0. Two balls, no strikes. That one swung on, hit pretty well, but that one might hold up just long enough. It does indeed. Third out of the inning, fly out to the right fielder, Kobe Jenkins. And just like that, that inning comes to an end. So fly out to right field. Quebec jumping back into the game, though. That's 2 runs. They trail by 4 as we roll into the 4th inning. Alberta leads 6-2.
Dernière chance pour 50-50. Dernière chance pour 50-50.
At Kildare, we know what it means to put on our gloves and go to work. We know the ones who score big are the ones who go deep. Most of all, we understand we're all part of a team, which is why we strive to support a sustainable future for our local fishers and athletes alike, so that there will be many more great catches for years to come. Kildare Fisheries, proudly supporting our local communities, all the way from the ocean to the plate.
And now for Team Quebec, number 9, that would be Felix Hakir. So getting his first action of this tournament, coming in, the right-hander, looking to shut down these Alberta bats that have been pretty hot to start the game. And Jenkins, a strikeout in his first at-bat, hoping to do a little better here this go-around, his second AB. Got the hype music between innings just fading and just in time here as the Jenkins stepping to the dish, batting right-handed. Again, 6-2 the score for Alberta, whose offense has been pretty hot. A lot of just consistent good at-bats, and it's resulted in this 4-run lead. So first pitch for Hakir. And first pitch swinging, and first pitch strike. 0-1. And 0-2. Jenkins, it's good to have the aggressive approach, but working against him a little bit here as Hakir throwing some inside heat, and Jenkins not able to hold off. 0-2 is the count. And 3 pitches, 3 strikes, and see a backwards K, struck out looking, the first out of the inning. First baseman Riley Monk to the dish now.
At the plate, number 18, Riley Monk.
First pitch. And that one drops just inside. Front door breaking ball catches the corner of the zone. Monk has an RBI so far and takes one high. 1-1. And Monk hit one hard to second in his first at bat. The defender came home with it, tried to catch the runner, but the runner just a touch too fast, slid in ahead of the throw. Monk made his way to first on the play as he's now up in the count, 2-1. And a little defensive swing, pitch inside, and that moves the count even, 2-2. And time called and granted as Monk trying to get his bearings here. It's the even count at 2-2. 1 away already in the inning. The first pitch strikeout, or first batter strikeout, called strike 3. Drop K. They record it just the same. So a drop, strike 3. 2 straight strikeouts for Felix Hackyer to start his pitching debut here at the Ray Carter Cup. A pretty solid start as Julio Velasquez hit by pitch in his first at-bat. He's certainly hoping for some kind of different result, but hoping to end up on base is number 2. Again, number 2 playing second base as well for Team Alberta. First pitch taken for a strike near the top of the zone. That's 0-1. He's working pretty quick, is Hackyer, after he came in relief, the third Quebec pitcher of the evening so far. And strike 2 as Del Velasquez wanted it. His mind was telling him no, but his body was telling him yes. The pitch came across, it caught a bit of the zone, and so did a little flinch of the bat. 0-2. And foul back straight off the mask. You hate to see it as a catcher, but he seems no worse for wear. The at-bat continues. That remains 0-2. Julio Velasquez, 0-2, 2 away in the inning. And that one, not much of a way of a challenge. It landed in the middle of the opposing batter's box, but certainly going to get him looking away. Expect a pitch high or perhaps some heat inside to see if he can get the third K of the inning. And ball away. Perhaps if it's caught, it might have catched the corner of the zone, but it rolled just far enough away. A 1-2 moves the count. Or 2-2, I should say. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 out in the inning. And make that 3. 3 strikeouts. That 2 backwards, 2 looking strikeouts. And just like that, Quebec keeps that momentum rolling. They scored in the top half, and they shut Alberta down in the bottom half as Hackyer coming in and doing his job. Alberta still leading this game by 4 runs by a score of 6-2.
National de baseball Canada. Le meilleur.
And we're back into action here. Cater remains on the mound for Alberta as it's Cochon. Victor Cochon, second baseman, number 17, the left-hand batter. He's batting now as the umpire, wanting Quebec to remain inside their dugout, leaking out just a little bit. But here we go, ready for the first pitch. That's half the inning, and it's first pitch strike. Seems like Cater has kind of found the form he had a little earlier in the game. Attacking pitchers, see if he can maintain that here throughout the duration of the inning, as of course allowed that 2-run home run to Gagnon in the previous inning, but does not seem to be affecting him here. Breaking pitch, tips, catches just the lower quarter of the zone for an 0-2 count.
Running for Team PEI, number 93, Mathis Back.
And that one perhaps slipped just a little bit, sails high. 1-2 goes the count. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, and count moved even, 2-2.
And then the next day I saw him IRL.
So Cater, delivery home, and that one high and perhaps would have caught the inside corner, but about just shy of a foot over the strike zone. Easy take, moving the count full, 3-2. And another ball from the Newfoundland New Brunswick game. That didn't happen at all in any of the previous games. I believe this is the third of this game. So a few things for the fielders to be worried about here, as none out in the inning, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Quebec looking to claw their way back into this one, and a leadoff runner would certainly go a long way there. And they may just exactly have it off the end of the bat. A little seeing eye shot leads to a leadoff single for Cauchon. So runner on. Again, traffic on the bases is exactly what Quebec is looking for, and that's what they got. A great way to start the inning, as Trahan is stepping up to the dish now. Matisse Trahan, he had a couple of home runs in their first game, and you know the team's definitely looking for similar production here. But runner on, and a quick throw over just to keep tabs on him, make sure Cauchon isn't intending, at the very least, of going anywhere. But his second hit of the tournament, and already a steal to his credit, does Cauchon, and it seems like Alberta knows that, but pumps in a strike. It's ahead 0-1. So Matisse Trahan, the extra hitter here today, and takes one in the dirt. Great block by the Alberta catcher, Shea Aldis. Keeps that ball in front, keeps the runner on base from advancing, and keeps that potential double play in order. His count moves 1-1. Not much of a lead over at first, and time called and granted. Cater just inside, maybe not the break he was hoping for, that front door breaking pitch. 2-1. None away in the inning. Quebec looking to get some production on the board, keep that momentum carrying over from the previous inning. They scored their first 2 runs of the game, and they off to a hot start here. Runner on, and now 3-1 goes the count. And not the hitter you want to be doing it to. Again, has already done some damage in this tournament. A pair of home runs, one of which a grand slam. So 3-1 count. Quebec trailing by 4, and quick throw over to first. Back safely, but just wants him to keep that top of mind, keeping tabs of him. Not much of a lead, not too big of a lead. Cauchon, he knows who's at the dish for his lineup, and delivery goes home. That one low and outside. Runner moves to scoring position. A walk worked by Trahan, and that's back-to-back runners reaching base for Team Quebec. And it looks like that will do it for Lucas Cater's day. A solid showing, 2 runs across in the previous inning, but up until that point, he had been sailing through the lineup. That's 6 Ks to his credit, but a 2-run home run from Gagnon in the bottom of the third, and then single and a walk to start this inning, and that does it for his evening. So we have a new pitcher coming in for Team Alberta, as it is Lozier is on deck for looking for his second at-bat of the game. That's Victor Lozier, the shortstop for Quebec.
Now pitching for Team Alberta, number 12, Chase Coutre.
Taking to the mound, it's number 12, Chase Coutre, getting his first taste of action here in the tournament. Well, I guess he's been in the field, but now he's taking to the mound. We'll see how he does. Coutre, up until this point, was the registered extra hitter. Again, new pitcher in the ball game for Team Alberta. Chase Coutre is taken to the mound, number 12. See if he can keep Quebec, or at least stunt the momentum that they've been building, as Lazier takes the dish. Runners on first and second after a leadoff single, followed by a walk, and looked like a sac bunt potentially coming. Runner or first baseman charging in, then the pitcher stepping off. He wants to have a quick chat with his catcher before the first pitch is officially thrown. Perhaps hatching some kind of plan. You know, the runner is certainly looking to take any advantage they have, and perhaps near the second half of the ball game, it's getting to the point where some chances need to be taken, a little more riskier of plays. Coutre trying to take advantage of that. Nothing, looking for his first official pitch. And blocked in the dirt by Aldis. It is 1-0. And perhaps trying to get signs right that can happen from time to time with different pitchers coming in, especially with these kind of select lineups. But actually, I've talked to the folks from Team Alberta. This isn't a selects team. It's the team that plays together. They won the provincials and they won the right to come here and be a part of this tournament. So it's just a collective group of players that have been around each other all season. And we'll see if that kind of plays into their benefit. It certainly seems to have, so far, the great team baseball, the singles, the walks, the good at-bats that have led to this 4-run lead. Count stands 1-0. Make that 2-0. Runners again, first and second. And Victor Lozier, as the fans getting into it here, 2-0. Make that 3-0. Runners advancing, and they're going to get in standing up. Runners move into scoring position, both third and first. That traditional double play out of the question now, as the count stands 3-0. The 3-0 pitch from Coutre. And it's high for a pitch walk. Not what you want to see coming in, but having come in a little cold maybe is to be a grain of salt taken away. That base is now loaded. That double play is now in the possibility, in the range. It's back in order as Rocher Grenier worked a walk in his first at-bat. Base is loaded for him. None out here as Team Quebec looking to fight their way back into this one. And that one just outside, 1-0. Pitch. And that one sails just high. So still trying to get on the same page with his catcher, Aldis. But 2-0 goes the count. 6 straight balls. Looking to get back in the zone here is Coutre. And that one inside. 3-0. Make that 7 straight balls. And that one taken for a strike. 3-1. So Coutre back in the zone now. We'll see if that leads to some potential success or a ball in play here as the base is loaded. Quebec threatening, looking to get back into this one, trailing currently by 4 runs, but 2 runners in scoring position, none away in the inning, and that one inside. A run is walked in, trimming that lead, that deficit to 3. So based on balls, give Brochure Grenier an RBI here in his first game. So 2 walks to his credit, and now a run in because of the second. Bilodeau, a K in his first at bat. Looking for better fortune here. None out, bases loaded. A great chance to get his team back into it, trailing by just 3 now.
Number 38, Michael Riley.
And that one spiked in the far batter's box. Runners all advancing and scoring from third base is Trahan. Runners also moving up to third and second on that one. Curveball perhaps overthrew it just a touch too much. It bounced from the plate, got past the backstop, and just like that, that lead is cut to just 2. So 1-0 is the count. Antoine Bilodeau, the first baseman, watches the strike come across. 1-1. Coutre, that one fouled back off the shoulder of the umpire, shoulder of the catcher, and 1-2 goes the count. So still none away in the inning. Runners in scoring position, a pair of them, has already 2 in for Quebec here. 1 walked in and 1 by way of wild pitch.
Now batting 35.
Bilodeau puts one in play. It's looping, caught by the center fielder. Are they going to test his arm? They are not. So run does not score. First out recorded. That fly ball, just not quite enough on it. Shallow center field, and typically you got that best defender on the outfield out in center. So Quebec not wanting to tempt his arm, especially with that only being the first out of the inning. So 1 away, runners still in scoring position as Justin Blouin gets his second at bat of the tournament. He got struck out in his last AB, but again, a big chance to do some damage and potentially pull things even here in this matchup. And squares the bunt and perhaps got contact, but it would have been a ball near his just the shoe tops, maybe a little taller than the shoe tops. It's a first pitch strike. The squeeze play apparently on. The runner from third breaking hard on the pitch, so good thing it went foul for everyone involved, as is 0-1 Quebec threatening here. 2 already across in the inning. They trail by 2. The pair of runners in scoring position. And time called and granted for Blouin. And that one taken for a ball, 1-1.
Now batting number 88, Luke Hudson.
1 ball, 1 strike, make that 2 balls. As the pitch sails on Coutre, just past the far side of the plate, maybe a touch high as well. So Blouin digging in, closing his stance a little bit, looking to push the ball, hopefully score a run in the process. Choking up a little bit on the bat as well, a little more bat control. And swings, and a little late on that one, squared back to the backstop. Count moves even, 2-2. So the first nighttime game at this ball field of the tournament, and at the field looking great. The lights and the team, certainly a great matchup underway as the 2-2 pitch is going to get by the second baseman. At least 1 run is in. The second runner held at third, so that lead cut to just 1. So an RBI single cut just past the outstretched glove of the second baseman, and now 6-5 stands the ball game. So Quebec is still only 1 away in the inning. A chance to pull even. Down by 4 to start. That's 3 runs already in. Only 1 away. And his first at bat of the game. Coming for Felix Hakier, who of course came in relief. The third pitcher to be used by Quebec, and he had 3 strikeouts in his first inning of work. Let's see what he could do with the bat in his hands. Squares the bunt, pulls back, taken for strike 1. Runners on the corners, 1 out. Looking to his coach for direction. A pickoff move to first, a good move, but runner back safely. 6-5 is our score. 0-1 is the count here, as Quebec threatening in this inning, cutting the deficit to 1, previously trailing by as many as 4 here when he kicked things off. Pitch goes home, that one foul out of the stadium to the first base side. Count moves to 0-2. Fans, you can hear getting into it. Pickoff move to first. Again, runner in safely. The fans getting behind their teams. It's an exciting game, a close matchup, and especially after this inning, Quebec certainly pressing. A lot on the line with this at-bat. 0-2, 1 out in the inning, runners on the corners. Coutre with the pitch. And that one taken for a ball. Good take by Hakier, not coming out of his approach. 1-2 moves the count.
32, Aaron Ball.
One balls, 2 strike, 1 away, and strike 3 called. So a big out to get for Team Alberta, and Coutre comes up clutch. The backwards K struck out looking for out number 2. So a chance to get out of this inning with minimal damage, or at least muting what potential damage could come, as we shift over back to the top of the lineup to Edouard Wellens, who again had a pretty productive game in game 1. He had a 2-run home run as well as a walk and a stolen base. Nothing so far in the way of production. There's a ground out and a fly out. We'll see if he can knock in a run or maybe more here as he takes ball 1 to start the at-bat. Again, runners on the corners, 2 away in the inning. What started as a 6-2 lead when we began the inning is now a 6-5 lead for Alberta. And that one called for a strike. 1-1 is the count. 2 out in the inning. A big one-on-one matchup here. Potential to flip the game here, or at least pull even for Quebec.
Gavin Thompson.
And that one taken for a ball. 2-1. Two balls, one strike. Couture checks first, back in safely. I'm sure the coaches are preaching no silly outs on the base paths, as you have a chance to cut this deficit even farther here and even pull even here as runners are threatening. And that one high and deep to left field, and it is gone. Just like that. Trailing by 4 as we started. It's a 3-run home run, his second home run of the tournament, and Quebec jumps out to the lead. They're up 8-6. That is a nice swing by Wellens, and it shows why. Like, he had a ground out, he had a fly out, but he's been making good contact. And with that one, he caught it at the right angle and sailed it over the left field wall. And looks like that does it for Couture. A 3-run home run chases him from the game as Quebec 6 runs across in the inning. They are now lead 8-6.
Now pitching for Team Alberta, number 6, Lachlan Lavery.
A new pitcher on the mound, a new arm in the game for Team Alberta, Lachlan Lavery, looking to shut things down, at least shut down this hot Quebec offense. They got off to a rough start, but have certainly found it. A 2-run home run the previous inning, a 3-run home run chased the previous pitcher, and now it is up to Lavery to perhaps stop this momentum in its tracks. 2 out already in the inning. It's been a big inning so far for Quebec. 6 runs already across. Squares the bunt and putting the pitcher to work right away. Does not work out. Gagnon, who in his own right had a 2-run home run just an inning ago, bunts into the pitcher for out number 3. And just like that, Alberta looking to rally the troops, figure out what direction to go from here as the 5th inning is set to get underway. A big momentum shift from Quebec, and you can see it in the players. There's a little more life on the field. Previously, a little less energy, trailing by 4, but that big inning on offense can certainly do a lot as they're keeping big number 9 out on their Hackier. Again, 3 Ks in his only inning of work so far, looking to keep the momentum going as Quebec preparing for
Something
the
happens when you're released
Alberta.
from routine.
Conference with the coaches, figure out what the game plan is, rallying.
You're free to let go, to dig in, to let yourself get carried away. You find that feeling you've been missing here on our island, maybe even a little above it. Come find your island, Prince Edward Island.
Back to the top of the lineup now. It's Grayson Cook, left fielder. He has a bunt single and a sac fly RBI to his credit so far. And that one taken high for ball 1. And healthy cut, but just behind on that lively fastball. Count even 1-1. And that one sails on back here. 2-1. Make that 3-1 now. Certainly a hitter's count. Cook looks to get on base and get the rally started for his team that started out pretty hot with the bats. It's been a quick role reversal this last inning, and he takes it for ball 4. Good eye at the plate, and now a leadoff base on balls sets up Alberta to potentially fire one back, punch back in this game as Chase Coutre to the dish. He was the extra hitter who came in to pitch, and then he was, of course, relieved to wrap up the back half of the previous inning. And back at the dish, number 12, batting from the left side, and a healthy cut. That ball fouled back at the plate, 0-1. And that one, dribbler up the first base line, goes just foul. Coutre down 0-2, runner on first. That would be Cook, the left fielder, and that one hit hard to the second baseman, turns into 2, fires the 1, a stretch at first, and a double play, a thing of beauty. That is a 4-6-3, turned beautifully by Team Quebec, snuffing out the momentum, and now 2 outs in the inning.
Ethan Renault.
Ethan Renault at the dish now, number 14, a base on balls his last at bat. And takes that one for a called strike, 0-1.
Now batting for 33, Ben Haggerty.
Make that 0-2 as Hackier wasting no time, coming right at number 14, Renault. Is up behind the plate for the Team Alberta side. 0-2 pitch. Make that 0-3, the strikeout, and that ends the inning. The team Quebec coming together. Hakier celebrating and keeps that Alberta squad off the board. A strikeout, and that maintains that lead. Quebec leads 8-6.
Numéro de lance pour le Québec, 25.
Le premier au bâton pour l'équipe du Québec, le numéro 15.
This one's certainly a harder fought battle for Quebec, who got down early, but after scoring 12 runs in their opening matchup, here has been a much different story, but 8 runs down on the board. A big last inning, 6 runs coming across to jump out from a 4-run deficit to a 2-run lead. As first pitch swinging is O'Hannon, as he's got a K and a fly out to right field so far in this one, as it's 0-1 goes the count. And Lavery moves that pitch, pulls that pitch a little too far. The breaking ball tips just low out of the zone. 1-1. 1-1 pitch. And that one fouled straight back over the press box here. Healthy cut, but that moves the count in advantage of the pitcher. 1-2. None away in the inning again, leading off the 5th half for the Quebec lineup, looking to potentially add some insurance runs to their lead that they just newly acquired here in the previous inning. O'Hannon. 1-2 pitch, Lavery, and swung on and missed. And some confusion. Team Quebec believing that pitch hit the ground and should have been a forced strikeout at first. Good on the runner to, or the hitter to run just the same, just in case. So Hannon believed it was a dropped third strike. The umpires calling him safe. So that strikeout not recorded, maybe in the books, but it does not count. So Hannon makes it to first on a dropped third strike. And coach pleading his case. Does not sound like it's going to change the decision of the umpires, as it so rarely does, as Coach Jean coming in, a single in his last at bat. Runner on base, O'Hannon, the heads up base running on the controversial, is a good word to say, drop third strike, and sets at the bunt. It is fair. Throw to first, gets the out. So, a nice play by the catcher. The ball just in front of the plate. The bunt drops straight down. So, a sacrifice bunt that does indeed work for Coach Sean there. A runner moves into scoring position. And now, Trahan, a chance to do some damage and add to the lead. K and a walk so far for number 5 as he takes the first pitch high from Lavery. One on, one out, 1-0 is the count. Lavery with the pitch. And that one ripped through the hole in the right side of the infield. And runner being waved around, coming home. It's going to be a close play at the plate, and he is safe. Make that a 3-run lead. Aggressive base running, a good send from the third base coach. Perhaps had it not been cut off by the pitcher, would have been a closer play, but just the same, it's an RBI single for Trahan as he scores that dropped third strike runner, and it pushes that lead to 9-6 in favor of Quebec. Lazier up at the dish now is the first pitch. Before we even get a first pitch, it's thrown over to first to keep tabs on the runner. But coming off a walk is our current batter, number 13, Lazier. A walk in his last at-bat. And looking to keep these chains moving. 1 out in the inning. And first pitch, strike.
Now batting for 66, Waylon Duszak.
Lavery looking in, checking on the runner. And runner goes. Got a good jump. And the arm of the catcher, although, gets the runner despite the good jump, despite a solid lead. A catcher with a great arm guns him down at second for the second out of the inning. So Tran, a RBI single, but caught stealing at second. Moves that count. Not only is it 0-2, but it's 2 out in the inning now. And take it for a ball, just a touch too high, 1-2. One ball, 2 strike, 2-way here in the 5th. Quebec leads 9-6. And that breaking pitch just a little too far outside. 2-2 goes the count. As the fans breaking out the cowbells here as 2-2 pitch goes for ball 3, count full. 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2-away in the inning. Lavery with the pitch, swung on and missed. A strikeout to retire the side. One more comes across for Quebec as they push their lead to 3, as the score currently stands by a score of 9-6 in favor of Quebec as we head towards the bottom half of the 5th.
Pitches for Team Alberta, 14.
At Kildare, we know what it means to put on our gloves and go to work. We know the ones who score big are the ones who go deep. Most of all, we understand we're all part of a team, which is why we strive to support the sustainable future for our local fishers and athletes alike, so that there will be many more great catches for years to come. Kildare Fisheries, proudly supporting our local communities, all the way from the ocean to the plate.
Hakier remains on the mound for Team Quebec, and Shea Aldo remains He had a big play at the dish the last inning, a big play behind the plate, I should say, throwing at the runner at second. Now he's at the dish, looking to see what he can do with the bat in his hands. And that first pitch, blown straight by him, and already a single and a walk to his credit so far. As it sounds like the other game, the other matchup here, Newfoundland PEI, just wrapping up, and that one floated into shallow center field. Center fielder calling it, backed up by his right fielder, loses the bucket, but makes the play. First out of the inning, lazy fly ball to center. That's 1 out here in the 6th. Again, Alberta trailing by 3, looking to force the issue here, potentially make Quebec a little more uncomfortable as they continue to grow this lead ever since jumping out ahead with the 3-run home run just a few innings ago. Riley Wolbeck now a single to his credit and a K so far as he takes the first pitch on the outer half for a strike. 0-1. And 2 as he swings away on a pitch that dipped just below the zone. A good pitch from Hakier, and now in control now. 2 strikes on Wolbeck, the delivery from Hakier. And that one hit hard to second. Corralled by the second baseman. 2 people there. Pitcher makes his way over. First baseman was there, but just the same, an out recorded. Had 2 outs. Now a ground out to second, as 2 away in the inning as Brooke Fraze comes to the dish. A single, 2 RBIs came with that single back in his first AB, followed by a K. Again, looking to get that momentum back in his team's favor, and it all starts getting a runner on base. 2 out in the inning, and that one well outside. Good job by the catcher to get a glove on that one. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 away here in the 6th inning. And that one slipped from the glove of the catcher as well. Potentially a borderline strike, but umpire not giving it to them as the ball slipped just out of the glove of the catcher. 2-0, 2 outs. Let's see if Fraze can do some damage here. And that one fouled out to the right side. He knows he's just behind it. That's one he wants back, just behind it. And first strike of the AB goes 2-1. Taking strike 2 now. Challenge pitch up in the zone, and Fraze lets it pass by. 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And that one fouled off to the right side. Count remains 2-2. And liner up the middle. That is through for a base hit. So Fraze gets on base, and that's exactly what Alberta needed. His second hit of the game, and he is on first with 2 away in the inning. As first at-bat of the game for Lachlan Lavery. Coming in relief of Cater. He's currently on the mound, and we'll see what he does here. It's 2 outs in the inning. That one hit him by the call from the catcher. So the pitcher moving the bases. Perhaps he looked bunt. It caught him.
Now batting. Next to bat, number 11, Gavin Cleland.
And in another substitution, first at bat for Gavin Cleland. He's taking over for Jenkins here. So a single, a hit by pitch. Runners at first and second. Alberta trailing by 3. means Cleveland represents the tying run at the dish. And that one floated across for a strike. It's ahead 0-1. Pretty healthy lead at second. And ball foul to the right side of first base. 0-2 moves the count. So 2 on, 2 out. 0-2 goes the count. Alberta trailing by 3 here in the 6th inning. Cleveland his first at bat here of the tournament. And goes down swinging. It's a strikeout. It's a big strikeout for Quebec as Alberta pressing, but not enough to push through. That lead stands 9-6 in favor of Quebec.
Nombre de lance pour
Le Québec, 40.
Bottom half of the 6th inning here. Brochu Grenier is at bat, and 2 walks to his credit. The second walking the bases loaded, so an RBI to his total. As number 19 seeing his first action. Wasn't a part of game 1, but is making his presence known in game 2. First pitch swinging there. Maybe chased one a little outside. Puts him down to the count 0-1. And 0-2 swinging at that one as well. Timing seemed on, but just the direction at the swing angle, just a touch off or touch behind. 0-2 goes Lavery on Brochu Grenier. Third pitch. Taken low, good eye at the dish. 1-2 goes the count. Lavery certainly looking for a quick inning, wants his team to get back out there, see if they can push for a tie here in the dying innings of this one. Again, a big comeback for Quebec. A 6-2 lead for Alberta, flipped on its head by a 3-run home run, making it 8-6 for Quebec. Then they add on another insurance run this last inning. So 9-6 is where we stand. 1-2 is the count. None away in the inning. Here at the bottom of the 6th. And that one inside, 2-2. Counted even as Lavery with the delivery. Settles on a pitch. And, oh, that one hits the coach for Quebec, who's standing just outside. No worse for wear, flexing on his teammate, but as the umpire is telling him, get back in the dugout, and he wish he would have told him just a couple seconds prior as he took a pretty solid foul tip into the thigh area. But 2-2, count remains. Score 9-6 in favor of Quebec. And another one fouled down the line, almost catching his fans leading on the third baseline. So Brochu Grenier proving that he has some great back control, great discipline. Already 2 walks in this one, and he's keeping this at-bat going, seeing some pitches. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Lavery looking for the put-away pitch. And it's not going to get it. Count moves full. 3-2. A good battle in the batter's box to lead off this inning, seeing a lot of pitches and really making the pitcher work for it. And that's what Quebec has done these last few innings. No easy outs on their end, and they've made Alberta really start pressing as the 3-2 pitch is swung on and fouled back out of play just outside of the stadium here. A little walkway between the 2 arenas. So 3-2 will go again. And the full count pitch yet again. Lavery, hard line drive, shortstop, fielded on a hop, throw it across the diamond, a stretch, and they get him at first. A good play all around. The full team coming together. It's Brooks Fraze at short with the nice throw, and it's a good stretch by Riley Bunk to secure it and make sure that out is indeed recorded. So that's 1 out, 1 away here in the 6th. Antoine Bilodeau, the first baseman for Quebec, he's up now. Not much way in the production for him so far. A strikeout and a flyout to center field, and he takes that one low and outside. So 1-0, 1 away in the inning. Quebec certainly wouldn't mind adding a few more to the run total to help secure this lead, but as it stands, a 3-run lead here late in the goings of this final game of day 1 of the Ray Carter Cup, and that one inside 2-0. And that one swung on, fouled back, hit off either the catcher, umpire, maybe a mix of both, and the count moves to 2-1. So the catcher walking out and chatting with his pitcher. 2-1 stands the count, 1 away in the inning. Antoine Bilodeau at the dish. And that one taken for a ball. 3-1, a close pitch. Doesn't go the pitcher's way. You can tell he's not a fan of it, but again, not much in the way of umpires changing their mind. So 3-1, 1 out. Bilodeau seeing the pitch from Lavery, and that one maybe a touch inside, but the swing, 3-1 you want to swing, and maybe it worked against him there. Count moved full, 3-2. And that one just a touch low. That's a walk. So Bilodeau makes it to first base on balls and brings up Justin Blouin, who had an RBI single in his last at-bat. So 1 out, 1 on, number 11 coming to the dish. That is catcher Justin Blouin. And this is first game of the tournament. Didn't play in game 1, but he's had an impact here in game 2. A RBI single, his last at bat. And there's another runner on for him here in Bilodeau. First pitch, high and outside, and a pretty aggressive jump, or secondary jump, from the Bilodeau on base. We'll see if they check the runner, keep him close, or they just focus on getting the out at the plate here. 1 ball, no strikes. And the pitch called strike one, catching the outside half, 1-1. Pitcher catcher settling on what to do. Not much of a lead over at first as the 1-1 pitch comes, sailing just a touch high. So maybe that runner playing into the mind of the pitcher. He comes set, he checks over, and put a little too much, a little overthrown of the pitch. Moves that count in advantage of the batter. 2-1, one away in the inning. Bilodeau, a little more of a lead off first, but it nearly gets away. It's good glove by the first baseman to make sure no advancing happened. Riley Monk sure-handed over there, but back safe just the same as we remain at 2-1. And that one taken for strike two. A nice pitch on the outer half. 2-2. You know, Alberta would love to turn a double play here, potentially just get a second out by way of K. We'll see if they're able to do it. Lavery, 2-2 here now. The last few pitches have been pretty good. Some nice movement, some nice speed. Let's see if number 6 can put out the fire here. And he induces a bit of a late swing, a fouled back ball. Count remains even, 2-2. Bilodeau again, a conservative lead, nothing too crazy as Blouin at the dish, and he fouls another one back, staying alive in there, seeing a lot of pitches, making the pitcher work for it. Again, that's been the recipe of success for Quebec. No easy outs. They've all been seeing a lot of pitches, and after so long, you're going to see one that you're able to do some damage with, and they've taken advantage of those pitches. As such, the lead, 9 runs, and 6 of them coming in the last inning, or last 2 innings, I guess you can say. As the runner back, close play at first, keeping close tabs on him as the that run could potentially be big for Quebec if they are able to indeed increase the lead. 2-2, 1 out, and that one taken for a ball. So full count now, runner on first. We'll see what Quebec wants to do. Runner potentially off, but then that could leave them potentially open to a double play. So 3 balls, 2 strikes. Lavery with the pitch. And that one not necessarily close. A high fastball leads to a walk and moves runner into scoring position. 2 on for Quebec. And a quick mound visit coming from the head coach. So the team meeting in the middle, infield, outfield, coming together, chatting about what they want to do, the direction they want to go. And it's a big inning for Team Alberta. They need a stop here, and they need to turn back around as fast as possible and get those bats back in there to see if they can indeed find that offense they had in the early goings, because it started with a single. They had a lot of all but 3 of their batters in their first at bat reach base in some way, shape, or form, most of which by single, couple hit by pitches. But then the strikeout started, and Quebec really rode this wave of momentum to a not necessarily big lead, but a big comeback, trailing by as many as 4, actually as many as 6. It was 6-0 at a certain point, but 6-2, and then the big 5-run inning, 3-run home run included in that from Wellens. But 1 out in the inning now. Runners on first, second. Squares the bunt, does hack here. Doesn't pull back in time, as it is called a strike. And squaring the bunt again. This time he does pull back. That one called a ball. So depending on the result of the Team PEI in Newfoundland, Quebec could stand to be the first 2-game winner of this tournament, I do believe. We'll see how things shake out when we wrap up this result here. 1-1 is the count. 1 away. Squares the bunt yet again, and that one goes just foul. 1 and 2 now. Runners at second and first. One out in the inning. We'll see what Lavery has to potentially put away his counterpart, Heckier, the pitcher, on the outside. He squares the bunt, pulls back. A risky move, bunting with 2 outs. He bunted foul. That's an out. You can't just keep bunting. So 2 and 2, 1 out. And we'll see what the coach is calling. See if he's going to stick with the bunt or if he's going to trust number 9 to swing away. And he gets one down. A big play. The only play is to first, and they do record the out. So a gutsy move by the coach, and great work by Heckier. He gets the sack bunt down. A clutch bunt. 2 strikes on him. If that goes foul, that's a strikeout. But he gets it down, pushes it straight to the pitcher. Runners were off on contact, and they're in safely. 2 runners in scoring position. 2 outs as we move to the top of the order. Wellens, who is last at bat, 3-run home run. We'll see if he has it in him again. 2 runners in scoring position for him as Lavery at the first pitch. And that one over for a strike. The top half of the zone, 0-1. And that one lined into left field in front of the left fielder. At least 1 run is in. They hold the runner at third. And it's another RBI for Wellens. A 1 RBI single. Runner moves over to third as well as they played a little game of chicken, but decide to hold up for pursuit of potential further damage here. So Jacob Gagnon, a 2-run home run in his own right here so far. The previous at-bat, he bunted into an out. But let's see, he's 2 runners on for him. 2 out in the inning. Lead's grown to 6 here in the 6th inning. Grown to 4, I should say. 10-6 in the 6th inning. Ready to keep things rolling. First pitch of the at-bat. Number 7, Gagnon. He's in center field for Team Quebec. Delivered from Lavery's and off on... a bit of a fake out, potentially, from Wellens. A couple of hard strides. Looked like he was trying to coax a throw from the catcher, and if so, likely that runner at third would be breaking from home, trying to sneak in a run of their own. Time called as the catcher trying to get sorted with his pitcher here, calling potential play to combat the trickery of sorts by Wellens in the base pass. Certainly making his presence known so far in this tournament. Quite a few RBIs to his name, a pair of home runs, and potentially a huge RBI in this one. And he takes off for real this time, and he is in without a throw. A stolen base. I believe that is his 2nd stolen base of the tournament. So runners at 2nd and 3rd, and now it's up to Lavery. Just focus on the batter in front of him, see if he can shut down this inning and give his team a chance to come back in the bottom half. Or the latter innings is the better way to say. The delivery in, called strike. 1-1. 1-2. So 2 strikes on him, and Gagnon, 2 runners in scoring position with 2 outs in the inning. And that one fouled off to the right. in a little fenced-off area, a little playground here in Summerside. Again, the last game, Game 6 of Day 1 of the Ray Carter Cup. It's been a great one. Early lead for Alberta has since been raised with 10 straight runs by Team Quebec. And they're looking to make it more threatening, 2 runners in scoring position. And that one high, moving the count even, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Make it 3. A strikeout to end the threat, leaving 2 runners stranded. So Gagnon strikes out swinging, and Lavery comes up clutch in the end. So 10-6 is where the score currently sits. As we roll into the 7th, it's a make or break for Team Alberta, down by 4 runs. They need at least 4 to tie. They have to fight another inning. But we'll see where we stand as Hackier remains at the mound. Big number 9, a clutch sacrifice bunt with 2 strikes in the other inning, the previous inning. Give enough time, though, to reset and hopefully attack this inning or come out as hot as he has been. For the 7th inning, a 4-run lead currently stands for Quebec. Riley Monk coming up now. Leading off the inning, the first baseman is for Team Alberta. It's the 7th inning. It's make or break time. Alberta looking to put the pressure on Team Quebec, who has fought back with a vengeance. But the first pitch, that's swung on and grounded softly to second base. Could be a close play at first. Throw beats him by a couple of strides. 1 pitch, 1 out for Team Quebec, and Alberta 1 out in their comeback quest. And Logan Halloran gets his first taste of action here, replacing Julio Velasquez.
Logan Halloran.
Halloran takes pitch 1 inside and a touch low. Halloran from Calgary. Quite a few folks on this Alberta lineup hailing from the Calgary area. But his first taste of action, 1 ball, and takes for a strike. Still kind of timing up the pitcher a little bit, coming in cold. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 already away here in this inning. And puts a solid swing on that one, but just not quite enough to get over the head of the shortstop. Maybe off the end of the bat, a little pull cue action, as it's a little pop-up, easy grab for the shortstop, as 2 quick outs in the inning.
At the plate, number 4, Grayson Cook.
We flip back to the top of the lineup, and Cook has been productive in his at-bats. A bunt single, a sac fly RBI, then a base on balls his last at-bat. He's swinging away in this one. The ball is up. It's over the third baseman's head. He's calling it, and he makes that play to secure the win for Quebec. It was a hard-fought win. Definitely didn't come as easy as their previous matchup, but they stayed in until the end. That's 10 unanswered runs to take their 2nd win of this tournament. Quebec, a pretty good start, to say the least. And Alberta looking to bounce back tomorrow. Their offense certainly looked pretty good in the early on. They'll try to find that again tomorrow, as Alberta will be facing off with Saskatchewan. But before that, an 11:30 matchup to the first game of the day over here, facing off against Ontario. As for Quebec, they've got a matchup with British Columbia set for 3 p.m. tomorrow over on the other field here. And for me, well, I'll be here for all this week's action here on the Legends field side of things. So a lot of this division, I'll be here with you throughout as we hope to see the best of the best continue to compete. And from this point forward, it's wraps up just day 1 of the Ray Carter Cup. Looking forward to day 2. Looking forward to more exciting baseball action here in beautiful Summerside, PEI.